There comes a moment in every person's life when everything seems to fall apart. When betrayal cuts deeper than a blade, when loss leaves you hollow, when you stare at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering why life feels so heavy. But if you are still standing, if you have faced storms that should have broken you, and yet there is a strange calm inside you, know this. You are protected by something higher. The world will call it luck or strength, but deep down, it is something far more powerful. It is the armor of reason, discipline, and awareness. It is the state of mind the Stoics spent their lives trying to master. You've reached the point where you no longer seek revenge because silence has become your greatest weapon. When someone wrongs you and you choose calm over chaos, you are no longer weak. You are dangerous in the most peaceful way possible. Seneca said the best revenge is not to be like your enemy, and that truth still echoes through time. You don't fight fire with fire. You let it burn itself out while you stay untouched. Because once you master your emotions, the universe starts moving in your favor. You stop reacting to noise, to gossip, to the little storms that others create, and you begin to see how much energy people waste on what doesn't matter. Every insult, every betrayal, every moment of disrespect passes through you, but does not enter. That's not numbness, that's power. You start walking differently. You talk less, but every word carries weight. You no longer need validation because solitude has become your sanctuary. Most people run from silence, terrified of their own thoughts, but not you. You've learned that solitude isn't loneliness. It's where you recharge, where you meet yourself without masks or distractions. Marcus Aurelius wrote that nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul, and that's exactly where you've found strength. You've stopped chasing noise. You've stopped begging for attention. You've started listening to your own voice, the one that was drowned out for years by other people's opinions. And that's when a shift happens. The calm becomes your confidence. You stop explaining yourself. You stop justifying your peace. You no longer react to provocation because you've realized that those trying to make you angry are secretly begging for control. The more you stay calm, the more they lose power. That silence of yours, it terrifies people who thrive on chaos. You've learned that real power isn't in reacting. It's in restraint. Every time you choose stillness over anger, every time you walk away instead of proving a point, you win the war no one sees. The Stoics knew this centuries ago, that to lose your temper is to lose your throne. The calm person, the one who doesn't flinch when insulted, that's the person who owns himself. And once you own yourself, no one else can. You no longer seek revenge, not because you've forgotten, but because you've evolved. Revenge belongs to those still trapped in the fire. You've moved beyond it, and that's when solitude stops feeling empty. It starts feeling sacred. You realize that life is filtering your surroundings, removing those who drain your energy, those who pretend to care but secretly compete. You start losing people, but somehow, you never lose your peace. At first, it hurts, but then you understand that it's not rejection, it's redirection. You're being guided toward alignment. The Stoics called it nature's order, the invisible force that shapes your path. And when you begin to trust that order, you stop forcing connections, stop chasing what keeps running, stop fighting battles that aren't yours. You start observing instead of reacting. You start listening instead of arguing. And slowly, something incredible happens. The world begins to quiet down. You notice beauty in simple things again. The morning sun, a moment of silence, the peace in doing less, but doing it with purpose. The same storms that once terrified you now feel like training. Life no longer happens to you, it happens for you. You see betrayal not as a curse, but as a teacher. You see failure not as humiliation, but as direction. You understand that every setback was preparing you to meet your higher self. That is divine protection. That is the calm strength of a Stoic mind. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning that he might meet deceitful, arrogant, and selfish people, but he also reminded himself that they are part of the same universe and that no one can truly harm him unless he lets them. You've started to live that truth. You no longer fight the world, you align with it. You focus only on what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your response. And that's where real freedom begins. Because once you stop being a slave to emotion, you become the master of your destiny. The calm man walks through chaos untouched. The disciplined mind sleeps soundly while others drown in worry. The self-aware soul sees through manipulation and stands tall in truth. You don't need to announce this power. The world will feel it. It's in your tone, your walk, your silence. People will sense it and either respect it or fear it, but they will never forget it. And when the noise fades, when everyone else exhausts themselves chasing attention, you will still be there, still calm, still focused, still untouchable. Because your strength no longer comes from the world. It comes from within. This is what we call dangerous peace, the kind that confuses enemies and inspires those ready to wake up. And if you've reached this state, if you've begun to see life this clearly, know that you are already walking the path of the Stoic. You are protected. You are guided. You are exactly where you are meant to be. This is Mind Hack Stoic, where the calm become powerful and the powerful learn to stay calm.